Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here, of course, for Hunter Hunter.
Episode 51.
Woo!
We are in the second third of this show. Wow.
And, so, it's intense right now, guys.
It is indeed.
It's no walk in the park right now.
No.
Kurapika was segued a little bit out of the story for a bit. I kind of liked that because we got a little bit of focus on Gon and Killua again.
Yeah, after that awesome like climactic part of the story with Kurapika, it was good to take a little bit of a breather.
But now I'm guessing we're gonna get them back into things because Hisoka and Kurapika have their little alliance,
and they just busted free of what's his face, Nobunaga.
Well, that's Gon and Killua, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
we've got now a bunch of ways that the story can reconvene together.
Yep.
But it's really a question of what did the leader Chrollo
go to do when he went off in the suit.
When he went off.
Right, because I think that's what we'll be getting this episode, because it's basically going to be like him having a conversation at best with Neon.
With Neon, because he seemed very fascinated.
Right, by the fact that they can see the future. Because, like, that would be, like, depending on how accurate it is.
Well, we know it's accurate enough to that she predicted the mafioso's
right, sorry, not
death.
Accurate. It's not precise. Depending on how precise seeing into the future is, that could be a very big problem for someone like Chrollo.
Yeah. Well, it was basically how the auction, had all the stuff moved.
Exactly.
It was how.
Otherwise, it would have been
they predicted
super
all the
easy
and things like that.
That's
how the Lestrade family built their
empire.
Their empire. Yeah.
Yep.
If you could see the future, you could do some crazy things.
It's kind of like one of the most OP powers possible.
Yeah.
Other than maybe time travel itself.
One of those. Yeah. But all right, let's get into it, guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Zeppelins!
The one advantage they sorely lack.
Oh.
Wow.
She's out and about in a mall buying her stuff. Oh my gosh. Melody and Basho are just like... They look so casual. It's hilarious. I concur.
They're totally blending in.
Oh, man. But she's in a public place, though, Neon.
Yeah, that's...
So I'm a little bit worried about...
Well, okay, here's the potential...
But she's on the move, which means she's going to be hard to find.
She's on the move, so she'll be hard to find.
That's
true. And
true.
if she's in a public place... Hopefully, I would think Chrollo wouldn't go after her there because he's going by himself.
Yes.
So he probably doesn't want to draw unwanted attention to himself since he's away from his goonies.
Right.
Just go.
Oh man, Phantom Troop is so awesome.
Is that a new set of images for the Phantom Troop?
I think
so.
Is,
yeah. That means we're going to be fighting them soon.
Oh boy!
Like, I mean, they taunted us with that for a long time before it happened, but
that's true. Okay. Here we go. More Zeppelins.
Although if you could tell my future, that'd be great.
Okay. But she's alone in there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Zoldycks.
You think we're going to be getting this episode? They're much more than hitmen.
But that's an accurate way to describe them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see their reactions, and they're like, "Oh, you."
Yep, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she's not coming out.
Uh-huh.
Crap.
Yeah, no bodyguard worth their salt will actually let the person go unattended. Like,
Yeah.
even if they say, "No, I'm fine," it's like, okay, that's great.
Oh,
I'll
the
just stand
Zeppelin's
outside.
leaving. The Zeppelin's leaving. She's on the Zeppelin. Freaking
okay,
kidding
she
me.
might not have been taken, though. She might have
No,
just gone
she's
on
just
there as a
running
way
off.
to... Yeah,
Yeah.
because she's headstrong and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
She went out
She
with
went
them.
out with them!
Wow.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
That's genius. Oh,
Okay.
There's Chrollo.
All right. Yeah.
There's Chrollo.
Too bad she wasn't still wearing the wig. I mean, really, there's no reason for her to take it off. She should have just kept walking around with it.
Yeah. Who are all these people?
New cannon fodder?
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
No, we have Kurapika. Yeah. All right, so there's a team. No. Yes. Oh my gosh.
But of course they're professionals, so they're not
Yep.
going to make a point of it.
Exactly.
Not here, anyways.
Annihilate. All right.
Okay.
Colors. Okay. Oh. Whoa.
They're actually using their real names.
Yeah.
Gotta add to the reputation, I guess.
Whoa. Whoa.
Wait, you guys are...
Yep, yep.
This is how they hand out their business cards.
Whoa. Jeez.
They're networking.
Yep. Yep. Right. Maybe for you. Wow.
I love how Kurapika, like, they're like, what about you? And Kurapika totally doesn't mention, like, oh, I've already killed one of them.
Yep. Not important.
Yeah.
Not important.
No, they don't need to know that.
Yep.
It's on a need-to-know basis.
I don't know.
Wow.
Oh.
Ooh.
Kurapika, you're awesome. Posturing, posturing.
Yes.
Yep. About that.
Yeah, I think there's a story about getting too close to the sun at Karis.
Yep. Mm. Wow. Whoa! Whoa! Jeez.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
The Mafia really does own the city.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She wants to be at the auction.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Blue hair. Make sure you mention the blue hair.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Description.
Is he gonna escort her into the auction?
Oh, he is.
Yeah. Wow. In exchange for a couple favors, he looks totally
He looks
different.
totally different. What a disguise.
Oh.
Wow.
No wonder he's not going with the Phantom Troop members. He doesn't want them to know.
Oh.
And he's being manipulated to tell that. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh.
That is ridiculous.
They're going to be looking at all the wrong places. Whoa, what?
Well, I mean, he did something kind of like this with the lie detection.
Right, and he's about to use a pendulum, which could, you know, he basically
like a
he's
compass.
gonna like ask the map questions.
Yeah.
Is she here? No. Is she here? Yes. It's like, oh.
Is she alone?
Wow.
And she's just talking about it casually.
Yep. Whoa. Some important data.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. He looks so friendly and just casual.
Does.
Lucifer?
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. Whoa, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Melody said that it was like the devil's song or something like that.
Nice. Oh, this is going to be so interesting.
What will she say?
Yeah.
No, she's going to write it down. Chrollo's just going to look at it and tuck it away.
Yeah.
We're not even going to know.
Dang. I love that they're doing this. This is so genius.
And Karapika might not recognize Chrollo. Like, maybe he knows what Chrollo looks like normally, but he might not now.
Well, at the very least, he has no reason to know if he's a member of the Phantom Troop.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please tell us what it is? Please tell us. Okay. The remaining months gather to mourn. The mourners play a melody.
No!
The limb quietly rises. What? Is that telling him that Uvogin's dead?
Uvogin is dead, yeah.
Wow. Oh, cool. That's a good policy.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay.
That was curious, guys. Oh, man. Huh?
Sure. I like it.
But, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's not real. Yep. Right.
Okay. So that's how she developed her ability.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. He's really thinking about it. The remaining months. Those are the
other Phantom Troop members.
Yep.
The Mornis play a melody.
And the Moon...
The 11th.
He's the 11th member. Oh, here we go. More of it.
Yeah.
Whoa. A jewel reigns supreme. Whoa.
Oh.
Dang. Whoa.
Okay.
Yep. But she was a fake. So...
Right.
Oh, really? Oh! Did he just kill her? Oh! Whoa!
No way.
Oh, right.
And that's how the Phantom Troop gets in.
Yep. This is genius.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. Whoa. It's gonna happen so quickly, but... Oh, frame by frame. Whoa! Whoa! Holy crap! He noticed it, though. Oh my gosh.
So they should have the ambulance not be called then, right?
Well, I think it's... I think it's not a thing where they're gonna know that he's bringing anyone else with the ambulance, you know?
But if they know that he did that and then called for an ambulance...
Oh, boy. Yep. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Here we go,
Yeah.
Jacob.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, this is cool.
No. Yep.
Jeez.
The different assassins are already
Yeah.
getting taken out.
Wow.
And because they're not working together...
Yeah. Oh! Oh! Wow. A rule.
Really?
Ah! Oh, God. Okay.
Because he knows a bunch of them are gonna die, or...
Take as many of them as you can with you.
I guess.
I think go absolutely crazy is also to change the future, potentially.
Sure. But that could also be playing right into it.
Yeah.
They gather to mourn. And
Right.
then killing is...
Jeez,
Yeah.
what is his... What?
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Okay.
This is intense.
And the music ain't bad either.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Tentacle
Oh
powers
my
are OP.
gosh. This is almost beautiful, and it's just
And
terror.
Hisoka's just watching. You'll find the one who awaits you. Is that Hisoka or Kurapika?
Yeah, we'll see. Oh. Oh. What? What? Holy crap.
But then now it's not an enclosed space anymore.
Yeah. And you disintegrate into nothing. Oh, or
Yeah.
not. Nope. What's that book?
Yep,
Oh,
yep. I
yes!
saw that coming.
Oh, you
Wow.
you bastard. You are so just enigmatic and just, I
Yeah.
love it.
They play a melody that I direct.
Yep,
This is even more parallels to Melody's whole deal.
yep. He's weaving,
Mm-hmm.
he's weaving something.
Wow.
He's writing the future.
No, this is his Requiem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
This is their goodbye.
Yeah.
Because this is exactly how Uvogin would go. You
Yeah.
know?
Whoa! Uvogin's Requiem.
Uh-huh. I love how they're not even having the ending song playing here.
Yeah.
Like the regular one. Oh, man.
I say we just keep this all
Oh,
in.
man.
This is something else.
This is...
Wow.
Okay, so...
The Phantom Troop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. New favorite group of antagonists.
Yeah,
out
like,
there.
they're pretty hard to beat.
They're impossible to beat now, as far as I'm concerned. I really hope Chrollo lasts a while.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, and it looks like he's going to. What I'm hoping, though, is that, like, certain members of the Phantom Troop they don't get rid of here. Because they
Right.
said half of them. That could mean
Yeah.
exactly half. That could mean just, like, a bunch of them, right?
Right.
But-
Well, that's what the half of the limbs
Right,
potentially
exactly,
is.
yeah.
Wow.
I
Wow.
have no words.
That I have never
Like,
seen in a show the group of antagonists do their violent act, specifically in mourning for a fallen comrade of theirs.
Right.
In such a beautifully twisted way.
Yeah.
This is a very special show
It certainly is.
For communicating so clearly and so vividly how much thought and attention was put into this story.
Yes, absolutely. There was I
I
love that they focused on Chrollo so much.
Yeah.
I love that they did
He
that.
was the main character of this episode, basically.
Yeah, he was the main character of this episode.
Yeah.
We saw a side of him, literally, that we have never seen before.
Right.
And we also saw a lot more of his personality, because since he was set up to be so mysterious and kind of withdrawn and like, you know, just ooh, I'm this leader figure, right?
Right.
We didn't really get...
Oh,
yeah. We didn't really get who Chrollo was. And I would say this showed us way more than like all the rest of it combined times 10. Like, and I love the fact that the part when he like started like playing as if he was playing like a piano or directing an orchestra or whatever.
Yeah, he was being an orchestra director in that stage.
I love that they did it for a requiem for their fallen comrade, not as a thing of I just love violence, you know, because that would have been so. But instead, they made it be so much more. They added depth and contradictions and stuff, while at the same time having it be playing into their plan all along, even though you know that the other guys are planning around their plan and that this is all a trap for the Phantom Troop anyways.
Yep.
And it almost makes you wonder, Chrollo probably knows that this is kind of a trap. Like it reminds me of the idea of the bug that's going towards the light, right? Mm-hmm. Even though they know it's not going to end well. Right. Except in Chrollo's case, because that would be a gross oversimplification of it. But in Chrollo's case, it's the idea of chasing after it itself is worth it.
It's the purpose of the whole thing, yeah.
Right.
And in this, I feel like Chrollo, we really get a little bit of a we get a little bit of an insight into his motivations a little bit when we hear him talking with Neon. Mm-hmm. He's learning. He's curious.
Yeah.
I sense a person who has seen how big the world can be, and therefore is not close-minded in the slightest sense, and yet has this really, really interesting sense of connection with his fellow Phantom Troop members. Mm-hmm. And I'm really quite confused by it in a certain way, because on the one hand, he knows that many of them
are gonna die.
Yeah. So instead of doing the thing of let's leave, let's actually change the future, he's embracing it and trying to change it. Yeah. Because he's doing what Uvogin would have wanted as kind of a tribute. A tribute. Thank you. That's great. But he is feeling bound by his connection, I'd say, almost to Uvogin, to where he
this is him letting go of it?
Maybe.
Like, okay.
I'd say we don't know how self-serving he is yet. Which is really interesting for a bad
guy. Like,
because as an antagonist, usually one of the first things you find out is how self-serving they are.
Right.
Like, and it's almost immediately apparent.
Yeah.
Except in this case, it's anything but. We have no idea what type of self-motivated ambitions he has.
And this is great, because I feel like they could have tried to make Chrollo the Magnificent Bastard, but they didn't do that, because they're setting him up in such a way that he's doing the kinds of things that the Magnificent Bastard would do, even though you know that it's not actually going to work.
Right. A lot of it will work, but in the end it won't.
Right.
Because he's embracing fate. He's not trying to challenge it.
Yeah, he's challenging, in fact trying to write it. Like,
right, yeah.
However that
to
works.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
He's the kind of person who I feel like has a very fatalistic point of view with regards to death as well.
Okay.
In that if he was to sense his own death, he wouldn't change it, potentially. Well, that's the thing, actually. That would be...
because that's in their last moments, people show you who, their true colors.
Right, so right now we still don't know fully who Chrollo is.
Right.
But we know far more than we ever could have based on prior info. Also, he didn't take her ability like we thought he would.
No, he just did the much simpler thing, which is like...
I want my fortune.
Yeah, I want my fortune. That seems pretty important. So I'll just go talk to her. Right. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
She won't know who I am.
Yep.
Just be like, hey, mind telling me my fortune?
Right. If anything, we did see his first Nen technique, which was the indoor fish.
The indoor fish.
Which...
doesn't actually seem that intimidating. Like
no, but here's the thing. The fish seem to be just a sort of an embodiment of Nen, but they had conditions placed around them that were very strange, right?
Right.
What if his whole thing is writing conditions in that book? And that's why he is a specialist.
Okay.
But he basically is a condition maker, much like how Kurapika introduced the whole idea of bringing in all these conditions and...
I thought you were going to say like the haiku guy.
Maybe like him, but I'm talking more of like how Kurapika put like the...
conditions on the things she conjured and stuff like that?
Come on. It's been long enough.
Yeah.
With, if he uses any of his abilities on someone that's not the Phantom Troop, he'll die. Mm-hmm. So, I think with what Chrollo Lucifer, which we'll talk about in a second, I think he is a specialist, so he does all kinds of different techniques, but he manufactures conditions on things of Nen, and that's terrifying because he's just doing them on the fly, and he could have thousands of conditions in his little book there. It's basically the idea that he has a preset thing of tons of tricks that he can just do.
Sure.
And it's kind of in the same way.
I hope it's not that.
Okay, well,
I mean,
it's just a guess, Jacob, and this is actually based on data. You're just hoping it's not what I'm.
No, I know. That is a very good theory. I just hope that's not what it is.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, Kurapika did something similar in this episode with having his chain pendulum thing determine the location of Neon. Probably based upon the conditions he put into that technique he was using. And I think we're going to learn more about Nen as a whole in what making those conditions and what the meaning really behind those conditions are. So having a technique that just makes someone strong versus a technique
that forces them into Zetsu.
Yes, exactly. And I'd like to see more of that. And I think that it would be cool to see kind of the creativeness of Hisoka's technique look kind of uncreative in comparison to some of the some of the stuff that we could be seeing from these other members of the Phantom Troop.
And we are going to be seeing a lot from them.
A lot of them. They just slaughtered their way into the building. I mean, they're not in the building yet. But, but they're not even trying to sneak their way in.
Nope.
Chrollo's already in, and he's kind of the man on the inside kind of thing. Right. But the rest of the Phantom Troop, he's just like, go absolutely crazy.
Yeah. And they have the Phantom Troop more or less separated, which means they can have kind of mini boss battles because they don't need to worry about people not being able to take the Phantom Troop on one-on-one necessarily if they can have people group up on them.
Yeah, because we have the Zoldycks running around
and
somewhere
the Zoldycks
out
probably
there.
could actually take on Phantom Troop members by themselves.
But this is where I think it would be wrong to assume this is how it's going to be, but here's a potential way it could go, is they could do the shonen thing of having a bunch of awesome fights happening concurrently or happening in a linear fashion on a 1v1 or 1v2 or 2v2, kind of, more small scale fights. And just having a bunch of them happen from here on out would be really cool.
One of the things I would like to see with these
I'm just not saying they don't have to do that.
Right, they don't have to do that.
Going with the Zoldycks. Yeah.
Is I would like to see the two of them working together, because that's not something that generally happens, and considering that they're in a family of assassins no less, that could be really cool.
Yeah,
and especially if they made it something where you don't actually see their fights. I mean, maybe you see like little bits of it, but I've always wanted to see
the after effects.
You see the after effects, where basically Phantom Troop members one at a time just disappear, and then maybe they think it's Kurapika, the chain user or whatever, but it's actually two Zoldyck members going around and just quiet as shadows.
Yeah,
they just because with two of them, then they'd have to be careful, but they probably wouldn't have to worry.
Right, and I can already tell which kind of Phantom Troop members are
probably gonna go.
No, they're just a little bit generally weaker. Like, there's a couple out there that I don't know what their techniques are, but they do things that are insanely strong. So, I called him, like, Emo Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Levi from Attack on Titan. I think his name is, it's like Phaeton.
Phaeton, yeah.
Phaeton, yeah. He looks to be insanely strong. Insanely strong.
He also seems like a good matchup for the assassins.
Yes, I think he's going to be one of the people that will die to a Zoldyck. I think that he's going to be the type of... He looks like the type of villain that it would look fun to see him go up against.
Right, because they both...
Silva and Zeno?
Silva and Zeno, yeah.
Okay.
Because it looks like at least that they have a very similar style, because they're both around, stealth, assassination, and all that stuff.
Yeah, speed and...
Exactly.
Instant killing and...
Not that we've seen Silva or Zeno fight before.
But no, we're talking about just kind of atypical assassin
right, exactly.
Stuff.
Yeah.
More like what Killua was doing.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Right.
With having Kurapika... He just always is on point about knowing what the right things to do and stuff. I'm kind of glad that they've never made it feel like it doesn't make sense why he would know all this stuff.
Right. Because...
I just wanted to say that there were points where I think they came dangerously close to that, and they avoided the pitfall of him knowing more than he should.
Because if conjurers can use conditions, like can create objects with conditions, right? Then it kind of makes sense that they'd be able to do stuff like that. And Kurapika is the kind of person
who would do that.
Who would do that? He'd be like, okay, I want to be able to fight, but almost as important as that, I
need to be able to find the Phantom Troop.
I need to be able to find the Phantom Troop. I need to be able to do all that tactical stuff, because if I'm soloing it, I will only be relying on what I myself can get information-wise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It also is a good thing to bring up is that I mentioned in a previous one that, like, what will Kurapika do once the Phantom Troop are all gone? He won't have anyone to use Nen on. But no, it was a very specific technique that he said, I can only use this on the spiders.
Exactly.
So he could use other Nen techniques
and
without them being on the Phantom Troop.
And here's the other thing. The Phantom Troop are going to survive, apparently, if Neon's predictions or, fortune holds up.
Yeah.
So even if half of them die, and Kurapika could get a lot of more awesome fights, Phantom Troop members for him to take down, Chrollo should still survive, and he will probably rebuild the Phantom Troop when he does. So,
right.
Because they said seeking out, those you're looking for in the East.
I'm still a little bit surprised that they're trying to make us think that Chrollo is going to live through all this. I'm kind of happy. Right. But remember, up until this point, we're all like, Chrollo's going to die. Chrollo's going to die. Hisoka and Kurapika, they're going to kill Chrollo. Because Hisoka wants to fight Chrollo, that means Chrollo must die.
Okay.
But what if we were wrong?
Well, and here's something they brought up. Neon mentioned this person never gave negative fortunes. Why did they bring that up? Like, well, I get that it would be something that would affect her very strongly when she was younger, right? She would have been like, "Oh yeah, that's awesome. I love the idea of basically telling someone something that will cause them to focus and move in the right direction." Right. But is that they're saying that there could be something inaccurate about her?
No, that's what they brought the point up was she was a fake. She's a con artist, so her making only positive things, none of them were accurate anyway. She was using
Right.
trickery of some kind.
Yeah.
But the idea that she was holding back from giving negative ones is a mistake also for a real fortune teller.
Sure.
A real fortune teller shouldn't control like she is. She doesn't look at her fortunes,
Right.
Jacob.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
obviously she gives negative fortunes.
Well, right, and the first fortunes she gave were negative. She was giving the fortunes for the people that ended up dying.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with what she wants. Neon just like opens herself up to this Nen technique,
Right.
and just it moves on her own.
Exactly.
She has no idea what she's doing.
And I'm glad they brought up that whole idea of, oh no, don't tell me about it. You know,
Yeah,
I
was cheering them on. I was like, yes, good, thank you, writers. Please don't do that.
Exactly, because that makes it much easier to manage as a plot device. Because if you have it where the person that can see the future can also learn about the futures that they're giving, it can get complicated very quickly.
Well, a lot of people, I think, would too casually gloss over that. And they'd be like,
yes.
Oh, yes, I'm like, oh, no. And I'm like, this is the example of a writer who thinks ahead. Basically, I've always applauded Hunter's big picture story stuff. But I think this is the point where they need to be appreciated. It needs to be appreciated for the details here.
Right, the details that very much pertain to the bigger picture.
Right, because this is the detail that an amateur writer, no offense, would not have caught on to. Like, if any of you in the comments are like, no, here's a legitimate argument as to why it is and stuff like that, I'm sure there is a decent one out there, but like,
as far as how it makes the story simpler, it does so much.
It does so much. It also just avoids a myriad of plot holes. Like,
right. Because anytime you're dealing with
them.
time, whether it's traveling through time or seeing the past, seeing the future, whatever, that can make things complicated. So the fact that they're, it's the whole KISS, keep it simple, stupid, right? So they can have something cool like seeing the future without having it break things. Basically.
Yeah, without having it completely destroy the foundations of the story itself.
Yeah. And it also means that basically, yes, this is a cool thing that's happening, but we are not going to focus on this. It's basically saying this is going to be a cool thing that will happen.
This is just
but it will
one cool thing.
Right, but it will not be a major point of the story, because if you could basically analyze the predictions that much, especially for the person giving them, then you would, at least I would, as an audience member, want to see that happen in the story so that they can better utilize the ability that they have, which is already pretty OP.
Right. But also, what they're doing with this is saying, oh, don't worry. We've got this handled so that when we do even crazier stuff, we'll be ready for that as well.
Yes.
And that just reaffirms my faith in the show's kind of broader narrative moving forward, because they pay attention to details like this. Sure. There were 2 points in this episode where Chrollo cried.
Yes.
And I want to say thank you.
Yeah.
Because antagonists that show genuine emotion underneath a stone-cold mask is compelling.
Yes,
it's just simply compelling.
And here's the thing. A lot of times there will be antagonists and, villainous type characters or whatever that will show emotion, but very rarely will they cry, especially if they're supposed to have that rule of cool. They might do it in moments where the rule of cool breaks, but they won't do it while maintaining the rule of cool. If you think about like Azula, right? Yeah. She had moments where she started to cry, but that was at the moment when you saw how everything was just crumbling, right?
Right. You can't treat me like Zuko,
Well, no, I wasn't even thinking
she was crying there, though. I know, you're talking about when she finally snaps, but I'm saying that all of those moments are building up to her being completely lost, but she's already lost the rule of cool by having those moments.
Whereas in this case, this actually, in my mind, added to Chrollo's rule of cool.
Yep.
Because it's showing that basically he has those... He controls those, they don't control him. He can be affected by those things and still be 100% at the, behind the wheel.
He is at his optimal state at all times, based on just the way he carries himself. Like, he never shifts out of it, but we can tell that there's a lot of emotion, a lot of just humanity potentially underneath there.
Right. Even the parts where he was like luring in the assassins to kill them and stuff. Like that's something where that That's not what his style has been up till this point.
Right.
That's probably because Uvogin died.
Yep.
And he's a bit like rattled by that.
He's kind of angry and sad.
Yeah. And I mean,
he's kind of got that combo of just loss and then the desire to lash out.
Exactly. And the way he did it was from completely a standpoint of being in control and not like slipping up.
Like literally like in control. You
yeah.
know?
Yeah. But he still did it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is
also something
great.
else because he cares so much about Uvogin, right? I'm guessing that extends to a lot of the Phantom Troop members.
Yet he's still
willing to sacrifice them on the altar of a requiem for one of the already dead members.
It's almost like he's basically saying, like, we've always wanted to basically go out in a blaze of glory, and it's not necessarily the fact that Uvogin died, but it's that he died quietly, that he just vanished into the night. And that's what's sad.
That's not
because
how
that
he
was
would have
not
liked to
how
go.
he wanted to go out. He would have wanted it to be the exact opposite of that.
Yeah, he would have wanted to burn down the countryside with him. You know?
Exactly.
And here's something that's a little bit interesting. If Uvogin wanted it that way, I'm guessing that Chrollo, for instance, doesn't want it this way for himself.
Sure.
He doesn't want that's a uniquely Uvogin thing. Which means that
other people in the Phantom Troop might have that too. But
yeah. But I'm Uvogin and Chrollo are opposites.
On the Nen thing, they're opposites. Yeah. So personality-wise,
my point is that what if he's realizing, in a way, maybe he's already realized it, but just having people this close to you, that maybe not this close to you, there's people you care about this much, causes you to sacrifice things that you you know, it really questions how worth it is. And I mean, he's a murderer, and the assassin brings that up. Like, only another killer could find. Just like, it's like, so you're like me, and he brutally murders the other assassin. Like, he pastes him into the wall, erodes away like the majority part of his body, and then just leaves him there as a husk. Like, that's pretty brutal. It might even be vindictive, but
the fact that we can that somehow we are cheering this guy on as he's doing this, like, that's good writing, right?
That's good writing. It's the combination of all these factors converging together that makes a character like Chrollo, Lucifer, work very well.
Okay, now can we talk about
now?
That
is it Lucifer? I think it's Lucifer, and it's not It's not Lucifer.
Yeah, Lucifer sounds too much like Lul. Like,
right. I think it's Lucifer.
Lucifer. Okay.
Right. So it's basically Lucifer with an L thrown in there.
Right. Yeah, because one L isn't enough.
Right.
Now that allusion to him basically being the devil.
The devil, yeah.
Right. That ties into Melody's whole thing of the music.
The Devil's Sonata.
Right. And he was composing right there.
Well, he's also, I theorized that the person who created the Devil's Sonata was a specialist.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And there's a real possibility
if it was him?
He did create it. Yeah.
That's possible, and if so...
Or here's another crazy thought. Maybe Chrollo was taught by someone that's a specialist, and he has the moniker of Lucifer as like an homage to that person. Well, because I feel like that would have happened a long time ago.
Right, I think so too. This is the part that worries me, though. In the prediction of the future, it said that the people or whatever will lift up their melody. Lift up a melody.
Yes.
And now I'm getting pictures of Melody's broken body being lifted up.
Yeah.
I
feel like it's already happening. This is the melody.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why they focused on this aspect of the... Because remember, he didn't read all the verses. That's why they stopped it there. Was because these verses specifically applied to the immediacy of the episode.
And then later
they're going to start showing the other verses as they go on.
Well, they showed the one, right?
Remember, there were 4 or 5, I think, and he only read like 2 or 3.
Really?
Yep. I'm gonna go back and rewatch this.
I think she said like 3 to 5 or something. So I don't know. Maybe
she said 4 to 5.
Oh, okay. So there might be
more. And I'm gonna say there are definitely more.
Yeah, and that's probably something that they're like. He's probably gonna hold on to those for a long time, since who knows when they'll actually become applicable. And after half the Phantom Troop's dead or whatever, when he's trying to rebuild or whatever, that's probably when he'll be like, okay, what was that other one again? Oh, that seems to apply right about now.
Oh well, she did say about how you going to the east and meet someone there. That did feel like a final verse in the prediction. So maybe she didn't say it all. Maybe did she? Well, either way, we're both going to be rewatching that part and analyzing the fortune.
Yeah, that episode was really good.
That was a very good episode. Also, they had a little bit of comedy by having Basho and Melody in the malware.
Yes.
And I just wanted to say, thanks for having like that little bit of levity right before you have a tumultuous, intense, just epic end to an episode. Because it kind of shifts you out of the intensity for a moment. You go, oh yeah, this is a quirky show.
If anything, it makes the intensity worse because you're basically seeing
the contrast.
It's the contrast, right? Because if you were always in, like a basement and lights are off, right, then you'd get used to the dark, right?
Yeah.
But if someone was like every once in a while flicking a light on,
you'd be like, nah.
It'd just be dark all the time. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Oh man. Who's next on the death list that's a protagonist? Is it Melody?
It might be Melody.
Yeah.
It might be Melody. Yeah. And that's really sad if it is.
It is really sad.
She's a really cool character.
I really do like her. But yeah, I feel like her character failing the Nostrad family in that regard by being stupid and letting her go out of their sight.
Well, but so did the other guy. And
yeah, I'm putting Basho in the same mix there. But there could be not only them failing, and then going to fight the Phantom Troop, they could get some negative stuff from the Nostrad family. Like something like, you're fired, get out of here.
I mean, we saw what they did to previous people. They got like green jellied in a painting.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Also, Neon's okay. But
also, they could just be sent into the battlefield, which is what Kurapika called it. The auction house will literally become a battlefield.
Yep.
That sounded like the one prophecy that we are 100% sure is going to happen, and we know exactly what it's going to look like. But do you see how many players are involved in this battlefield?
Yep. There are a ton.
Gosh. And Gon and Killua might jump into this mess, too.
Yeah.
Because say the chaos all just starts happening, and Leorio and them are like, "Oh, well, I guess this is happening."
Will Nobunaga actually be in that fight because he was guarding Gon and Killua, and the other ones left, and he stayed behind?
Well, I think Nobunaga then is going to be one of the Phantom Troop member that lives.
That lives, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Are there any Phantom Troop members that are very stand out in their description, like their look? And we did not see them slaughtering mob.
There was the mummy guy.
Well, I think they made a point of, because
the person with the eyes.
The eyes, that's the one.
With the long hair.
Yeah,
them and the mummy.
Well, the mummy, in the little Hunterpedia thing at the end, said that's Finks, and he sometimes dresses like a mummy.
Oh.
He was the enhancer that was running around breaking everyone's necks.
Oh, gotcha. That's
so
right.
That might be the mummy, basically.
Yes. Okay, right. Good point.
It's one thing that the Phantom Troop has a lot of members, but every once in a while I've noticed that I will forget who is who. Not necessarily with names, because I either remember the name or I don't.
Yeah.
But I'll go back and forth on designs because it seems like some of them change their design every once in a while.
Like the mummy guy.
Yeah. And then now, even more so,
Chrollo. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
This is such a good episode, though.
Yeah, I'm so hyped for more HunterxHunter.
Yeah.
This show is amazing. All right, guys. Wow. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this. Yeah.
If you want to watch the next 2 episodes of HunterxHunter,
right now, you can go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon and get on early access, which also comes with Discord access.
Does indeed.
You can chat with our community there about Hunter x Hunter spoilers and things like that, or you can chat with us about storytelling in general. And we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.